Hi, I'm Laura from youngwritersworkshops.com, and I'm going to talk about how to preserve books. Books are precious and you want to make sure to take good care of them. Knowing a few things about how to store them and display them will help you to make them last longer, keep them in better shape. So always, one basic rule is always put your books on the shelf with their jackets on. Some people tend to take off the dust jackets to make them more attractive to display, but keeping the dust jackets on will help them protect them from dust, obviously, and also other wear and tear on the cover. So always shelve them in their jackets. You want to store them upright. If they're in a box, you don't want them laying down. Store them in an upright position. It also is that helps to preserve their shape. It keeps them from getting warped or bent in any way when they're standing upright, as opposed to having other things piled on top of them. You want to pack them snugly if you are packing them into a box. You don't want them to move around, because that will again create wear. So pack them snugly with some kind of packing material so that they stay in place and they don't have anything rubbing against them. Now, whether they're packed in a box or out, you want the temperature to remain cool. This helps to avoid any kind of moisture and are drying out the paper. So the more you can keep them in a cool place, and especially a dry place for storage of a book. Any kind of humidity can be terrible for the preservation of the paper and the print. Lastly, you want to always handle them with care. Obviously, don't treat them roughly, throw them, or don't allow children to handle them in a way that might damage them. When you do clean them, it's best to just dust them with a feather duster really gently, just to keep the dust off of them, keep them from any kind of irritation that will cause wear to the books, and keep them away from insects that could eat the pages, or any moisture that might lead to mold. So those are some of the important things to remember about how to preserve a book.